you out of my mind, chat, despite taking 2 weeks off and having COVID. I had to come back. Galoy Deer, thank you for the 10 months. Perky Daddy Live, thank you for the 2 months. Big Man Jesper, IDK Kate, Anya, Jalpine. You know the deal. You know what it is. You know what the vibe is. Good to see you all. Today is Marketing Monday, as promised. Not a huge one, but a good one. I think it's an interesting one. I think I'm happy with it. And we got wins and fails too, so it should be pretty fun. We'll get to that in a little bit, probably in 15. I want to see how everybody's doing first. First time chat from Poipin People. What does your name mean? Poipel People? What does your name mean? Thank you for your first time chat. Glad you're feeling better. Thank you. I am. I'm feeling actually 100%. I feel great today, which is awesome. You're going to cover the fucking wild Apple Watch commercial? Link me. I haven't seen it. I'll watch it. Literally and figuratively. First time watching Marketing Monday Live? Well, cool. Great. Appreciate it. Happy to have you here. Did you miss the intro song? No. We'll start in a bit. We'll always have a warm-up before I jump into any marketing, okay? Everyone knows that good marketing requires a warm-up period, okay? It's like harder than being an athlete. You wouldn't just go out there and play a fucking 45-minute game in the NBA without warming up first, shooting around, okay? But it's even more difficult. All right, so yeah, exactly. Marketing cold. Imagine. Oh, it's scary. It's a scary thing to think about. Marketing cold. I can't even imagine doing that. How are you guys doing? How are you? What's going on? What's the vibes? What's everybody up to? Or it's Monday. I assume some of you had to go back to school today, which is the fucking cringiest thing I ever heard. You guys still doing that school shit? That fucking 9 to 5 school shit? That's cringe, dude. Started talking with what did you say? Started talking about marketing with a girl. Now we're going on a second date. No, thinking about dumping her after 2 dates. Wait, what? Why? You started talking about marketing and then you want to dump her? What a weird story. Is it because you've been talking about marketing so much you want to just get into the business world and you don't have time for relationships? That makes sense. That makes sense. You were talking about marketing and you realized, wait a minute, what's the point of this dating shit when I could be making racks in the business world? Work making me go crazy for real? Yeah, work's no good. I've had many good experiences with work, but on the whole, I'd say the invention of work was a mistake. What's up? I haven't watched in a while. I haven't streamed in a while, so we're on the same page. Yeah, that tracks. I don't think a lot of people have watched for a while because I haven't been live. Yesterday's stream was a lot of fun though. I haven't had a good old fashioned day-long variety stream in a minute. We had a lot yesterday. We had a bunch of different shit. I spent like 2 hours talking about the Matrix, and that wasn't even like that wasn't even the whole content. Usually that's the whole day. But then I also played games and I fucking watched Shark Tank, and we might watch Shark Tank tonight after Marketing Monday. We might watch a Shark Tank. I'm in for that. I love some Shark Tank. Oh, you missed it? Well, too fucking bad, because the VOD ain't happening. All right, Shark Tanks are live experience only. I don't make the rules. I just literally do make the rules, and that's what they're gonna be. Isn't the VOD up? No, we don't include the Shark Tank stuff in the VOD. Atriarch, what was the COVID? Just discovered you recently and you've made an impact on my life, man. How recently? You watched one video last night and all of a sudden I fucking changed your life? I don't buy it. You're doing a hyper accelerated cycle, dude. That's you get someone, they find your videos, they binge them, they come to your Twitter, they send you a DM or they send you a Discord message. Love your content, man. Changed my life. I'm thinking about becoming a marketing major now. I fucking thank you, dude. Thank you so much. 2 months later, fuck you, glizzy hands. Well, go live. Go live, you idiot. Yeah, I know the fucking cycle. Don't accelerate it. Slow it down. Stay here. Stay in the beginning when you first found my stuff. Yeah, Shatter Life Cycle. Also, there was a new Twitch Atlas that released, as well as a YouTube Atlas. Both of which could be fun to explore. I may not be able to get to it today. Sorry, but I will do them. I also want to talk about, this is big. Fuck, dude. Fuck. You know what I'm saying? Fuck. God damn. Fuck. Oh, unbanned forms. I got to do unbanned forms. This week, because they've been piling up. So unbanned forms this week, and lots to do. Okay? I had plenty of time to do it, to be quite honest. What happened to the YouTube? Oh, Quack died. Yeah, I know I'm smiling, but it was, I mean, it's a little funny. I mean, it was sad. It was a little funny. Yeah, he died though. RIP. So the YouTube is on hiatus temporarily. Tweets of the year. Well, not that tragic, really. No, I guess let's not overstate it. I mean, it's an event. It happened. We should remark on it. We shouldn't get all upset about that. It's not what Quack would have wanted. If I know Quack well, and I like to think that I do, he would have wanted us to almost celebrate his death. That's what we'll do. Did you see the Tafo banger tweet? There was nothing banger about that tweet. What a stupid fucking tweet. Why does anyone think that's interesting or funny at all? Do you know what that tweet is from? I'm going to show you guys this fucking tweet. If this wasn't Tafo, I would call this a cringe tweet. Luckily, I like Tafo. Yo, Slime Machine, is that Big A? Okay, for Israel, is that just a reference? Why is he tagging Slime? And then this photo is from literally like 4 years ago. He just went back in his camera roll on his phone. Oh, where's the chat? I lost chat. It's not a recent photo. It's like literally from CLG 4 years ago. And by the way, this is a loaner laptop from NVIDIA. This is just a loaner laptop. They have stickers on it so you know it belongs to NVIDIA. There is nothing interesting about this photo or this tweet at all. I'm so shocked that Slime did not roast this. I'm shocked. I think this is like, this is what like someone who just found out, it's like what Tommy Innit posted after he fucking first saw the Slime video. I thought that tweet had no redeeming qualities. Quack. Always a critic, I guess. I don't know. I just didn't get. It was like this just felt really. It felt like someone who. I don't know. I just didn't expect Tafo to tweet that to me. I thought is that Big A is great. It's like a YouTube comment. You know what I'm saying? It's like a bad YouTube comment. This would be Tommy's funniest tweet by mile. I mean, it would be interesting if Tommy Innit tweeted it out. If that was a Tommy Innit tweet, I would be interested only because how did Tommy Innit get that photo? You know what I'm saying? How did Tommy Innit find a photo of me doing work at the CLG offices from 2016? That's or 2018. I'm sorry. That would be a wild one. That would give me pause. Hey, H-Rock, give me your thoughts on college and it is $20K of debt worth. I don't fucking know your situation, man. I don't know which college. I don't know how much money you have. I don't know what major you're going into, but you know what? These questions are all so good. So I'm going to tell you, fine, go for it. Fucking go. Yeah, it's fine. Big A, you should play Plasmophobia with Ludden Stands. Here's a better idea. No. What if we don't? First of all, it's Phasmophobia, I think. And we already did it a while ago. What do we think about my idea, though? I know you had an idea, but what about my idea? My idea sounded kind of interesting where we don't do that. We could play something else. Plenty of new things we could play. Speaking of new things, let me thank some new subs. Welcome to the Troc Flock, Messiku, Jeff, Freak Show, XF Stingy, Avel Slake. Yo, H-Rock, my family started calling me Big A over the holidays, so I'm here to tell you it's no longer your nickname. I think multiple people can have it. Congrats, though. Critical Fart Juice. Critical Fart Juice. Is that like critical race theory? What is that? What is critical fart juice? What makes it critical? Moist critical? What is... CFJ has gone too far. Get CFJ out of our schools. Okay, that's insane. You should change your name. I don't think it's very good. Thank you for the gifted subs, though. Ipati. Spear Menti, thank you for the prime. KMC Greasy, thank you for the 8 months. Liam Shee, thank you for the tier 1. Who dat with the fatty raid? Thank you. Who dat? Still strong. Still thriving. 12 months and never thanked. Well, now I'm going to break your streak, idiot. Everyone give a warm, gigantic thank you to Keylime70 at Keylime70. Thank you. Thank you for your 12 months. Oh, Lord above, praise Keylime70 for their big 1 year of never being thanked. This soldier has army crawled through the desert for 12 months with no thank you. Finally, this hero has saved the stream.
Little do you know how I'm breaking while you fall asleep. Little do you know I'm still haunted by the memories. Little do you know I'm trying to pick myself up piece by
piece. What a beautiful song. What a hero. KeyLime70, thank you so much for the 1 year of subscribers. Hamburglar, thank you for the 2 months. COC Groovy McCringus is your name. Thank you for the 2 months, McCringus. Keep it, of course, for the 20 months. Goddamn. Vern Prime, Nemo Nacho. All right, Daniel. All right, so today's Marketing Monday. I think we might be able to actually just jump in here pretty soon. I think in 4 minutes I'm going to start. I have wins and fails, and then a little talk on Apple. Maybe more than a little talk, but it's definitely a talk on Apple. Do you think there's a scenario where I could write off a Twitch sub for my taxes? Yeah, if you were a streamer. If I sub to, let's say, for example, Point Crow, okay? No, I don't like Point Crow. It's a pure business relationship, okay? I have to sub because that's part of the deal. It's part of the wheeling and dealing. It's a coworker relationship only. So I can write that off as entirely as a business expense because what I'm doing is using the sub to get invited to Point Crow's hosting thing where I get to blow up a car in the desert, okay? Fucking outplayed. Crow workers? How come we've never said that before? We've never thought of crow workers? Holy shit. That's clever. He is my crow worker. Thoughts on San Jose? Living here is high-key mid IMO. Fucking Zoomer. It's high-key mid. Fucking speak normal, dude. Yeah, I guess it is high-key mid. Stupid ass. Stupid ass, dude. What? You can just say mid, by the way. I don't need to know that it's high-key mid. Yeah, San Jose is not that great. I like my job a lot, but I don't love San Jose. And if I could work it remotely, I would. Dude, I might need a fucking Enron hat today. This might be an Enron hat day. Excuse me, Enron hat coming through. Where's my Enron? Oh, if you're like me and you love the Enron hat, I want to hear you say it. If you're like me and you love the Enron hat, I want you to scream. We're actually bringing them back. One final run of Enron hats will be available for sale because the factory goofed and gave everyone 2. So we got mad at them and they're like, okay, we'll do another run. Even though they weren't gonna because of the copyright on the hat. So they kind of fucked us on the amount we could sell. And so we got a good deal on the next run, which is nice. So there will be one more run to make up for their egregious error. And that'll be that. And then I have got some other cool shit planned for later in the year. All right. It's 8 o'clock, which means it's time for Marketing Monday. But before we jump to that, I need you guys to do what I love that you do. And that is to peer deeply into the souls of every character in this short film and find the one that represents you. Tag yourself in the Marketing Monday intro. Hey, yo, welcome to Marketing Monday. On Monday, January 3rd, 2022, a new year, but the same quality Marketing Monday content you've known to love and expect. It's never late. It's always on time. It's 2022, which means we are due for a couple things that are not happening today, but I do need to work on and eventually deliver, and that is a follow-up to 2021's Marketing Monday predictions and the Marketing Monday Awards. Both need to make a comeback. So I have begun the process of working on that, but I was pretty slow because I had COVID, which I'm going to use as an excuse for the next 8 months. Anything I choose not to do for the next 8 months will be because I had COVID that one time. Okay? I want you guys to know that. It is a free card that I get to play. It is the only benefit to having shitty ass COVID. And I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it without fucking delay or abandon. COVID sucks. COVID's no fun. Glad you're well. Thank you. I'm actually also super glad that I'm well. I'll be dead honest with you. I didn't mention this in the funny COVID stories video. There was one day, probably 5 or 6 days into having COVID, when it was still getting worse. And I was sitting up at night at 2 a.m. and couldn't breathe. Like I couldn't in bed breathe. And I got tears in my eyes. I hated it. I was so sad. I was in such a bad place. Because I could breathe. I'm sorry. I could breathe. I couldn't get a deep breath. My nose was completely blocked. And every time I tried to do a full deep breath in my body, I couldn't get a full breath. And it was so fucking shitty. You know, it was like that. It was like you could breathe, but it was like, ugh, my God, dude. I was really, really upset. And I remember thinking like, you know, I was like a little scared. I was a little upset. And I was like, this is just the worst. This is like not what I wanted from my holiday at all. So I want you guys to know that because of that, I am a hero.
Little do you know how I'm
who overcame difficult obstacles and, of course, doesn't have to do Marketing Monday on time ever again. Woo! Can you smell again? Yeah, I can. I'm pretty much fully recovered. I don't think I have any lingering effect. Well, maybe I'll cough. Again, I just got over it, but I'm fine. I would recommend, if you haven't got a booster, get a booster. So I didn't have one and Ari did, and her symptoms were way less severe. I had 2 vax, but not boost, and it was way worse. Was it Omicron? Yeah, it was Omicron. It goes through the vax. Unfortunate. My parents and I are boosted, and we all get it really bad. Yeah, it's pretty variable. I mean, Omicron's just bad, dude. It's just not. It's not like it's not as severe, I've heard, like hospitalization, but it's like it's just it it sucks. Like the worst flu you ever had. Booster is 18 plus, so I can't get it. Okay, then get a fucking Juul. You child. Get a Juul and a Nintendo Switch, okay? And just fucking sit around. You're fine. God damn. Could you still sleep when you were sick? No, I mean, that was one of the worst parts. I couldn't get a good night's sleep. It's very difficult to sleep when you can't breathe through your nose and you can't breathe well through your mouth. It's like, and also you're, bro, I think the worst thing of all, you know, let's say like mild symptoms, like non-hospitalization symptoms of any disease is when you get cold sweats. When your body is like frigid cold and you want to put a blanket on, but the second you do, you start sweating through your fucking sheets and pillows, and I hate it. It's so disgusting, and it ruins your bed, and I despise it. It's one of the worst symptoms. You feel uncomfortable at all times, and waking up in sweat is the worst. It's disgusting. It's awful. Welcome to Marketing Monday, where I discuss the symptoms of COVID for 45 minutes. Let's jump into the wins and fails. Speaking of getting chills, you're gonna get some chills when you see how good these fucking wins and fails are. Starting with a win, okay? We start off with a W. Let's forget talking about my L's. Let's talk about a W. First win of the week goes to a company that hit the ground running in 2022 with some breakthrough viral marketing. I'm talking, of course, about Pabst Blue Ribbon, which tweeted this morning, "Not drinking this January? Try eating ass." Interesting. What's funny is this guy was completely off book, off script. He was fired. People asked, I don't know what this is about, but it's hilarious. It's about ass and eating it. I think someone said something about, I don't know. Yeah, PBR or ass, what's the difference? The brand's account shot back, ask your mom. But the guy was completely not allowed to do it. They deleted the tweets almost immediately, saying they were in poor judgment. And they already announced from executives saying that the guy responsible for this has been dealt with. So some guy at PBR just decided to kick off the new year with an ode to eating ass. No. When they say they dealt with him, I mean they promoted him to CEO for his genius marketing. Obviously, no, they didn't kill him. All right. Anyway, I just thought that was we're gonna kick the new year off right with some terrible brand tweets. They also, it's the tweets were supposed to be part of a campaign. They weren't approved tweets, but they were part of a campaign called Wet January, because apparently it's popular for people who have alcoholism or drink too much to try a dry January, to give it up, to take a break from drinking. And to counter that, they created Wet January, which is all about like binge drinking in January to start the new year off right. What a fucking... That's a wild campaign. That is a wild campaign. And the fact that they thought the best way to deliver that campaign on social was to tweet, "Try eating ass." I don't get it, but it's ahead of my mind. I think my mind can't comprehend. So that's why I gave it a dub and not a fail. That's a dub. That's a big dub. Congrats to PBR for getting the first dub of the new year. Wow. Big deal. Let's talk about the fail. And the fail, I'll tell you what the fail is. The fail is the American dream. Because today, unfortunately, our justice system found Elizabeth Holmes. What happened in this country? If you can't drop out of Stanford at age 19, fake a deep voice, buy a bunch of turtlenecks to pretend to be Steve Jobs, create a fake blood testing company, raise $9 billion of investors' money without actually doing anything, get a deal with Walgreens, roll out your fake blood testing nationwide, it doesn't work, deliver everybody false positives like false positive HIV, false positive cancer, false positive for a miscarriage, become the youngest billionaire ever entirely off fraud and lies, and then if you can't do all that without going to jail, what happened to this country? What? If you can't do that without getting in trouble, is the American dream even alive anymore? That's everyone's right in this country to do that. If you can't girl boss your way to billions of dollars without actually making or inventing anything, then sexism is alive and well, and the American dream is dead, okay? And that's what I'll say. So this is a fail. This is a fail, America. Let's get our priorities straight, okay? If you are a billionaire, you should be above the law. I'm sorry to say it, but we all think it. It's true. Let's get back to what this country's built on. Billionaires living like gods among the rest of us, okay? God, hopefully we can make a change. We can make an impact around here. Yeah, she was found guilty today of many, many crimes, and likely will face jail time, which is super unfortunate because all she did was defraud tons of people out of tons of money. Let's get back to the wins, though. We have a great win today, and the win is for anyone out there who likes to draw weird shit featuring Winnie the Pooh. Because as of January 1st, 2022, Winnie the Pooh has now entered the public domain. Woo! Public domain! You can make this cool Matrix Pooh. You can draw weird Pooh Rule 34. If that's what you're into. You could write fan fiction about Pooh and publish it. It's all available, okay? It's all available and it's all kosher because Winnie the Pooh is now public domain. That being said, it's actually not all available. I'm sorry to call that a dub so quickly. It turns out Disney's lawyers have gotten their hooks into it and made it very clear that Disney's depiction of Winnie the Pooh is still under copyright. Only the character from the books has entered the public domain. He created this nice little rhyme. Red shirt on the bear, artists beware. If nude he be, your Pooh is free. Which just rolls off the tongue. So if you keep that in mind, you should be able to draw plenty of nude Winnie the Poohs. But if you draw the standard iconic red shirt Pooh, you can be sued by Disney still. Disney has really not allowed anything they own to go into the public domain at all. They fight it tooth and nail at every step. Unfortunate. Although we did get this out of this, in response to Winnie the Pooh going public domain, Ryan Reynolds turned it immediately into an ad called Winnie the Screwed by Mint Mobile.
So yesterday was Public Domain Day. It's the day where classic works enter the public domain. And this year, the original Winnie the Pooh becomes public domain. So I think you can see where this is going. And I expect that we'll be hearing from a certain mouse about this poo very, very soon. Winnie the Screwed. Chapter 1, in which we are introduced to Winnie the Screwed and his big wireless bill, and the stories begin. Here is Edward Bear reviewing his latest bill from Big Wireless. Bump, bump, bump. He slams the front of his head as hard as he can against the table as he realizes how much he's being charged. It is, as far as he knows, the only way to have a cell phone because he hasn't yet switched to Mint Mobile. Anyhow, here he is, getting worked over like so many people and ready to be introduced to you, Winnie the Screwed. Like anyone with a big wireless plan, Winnie the Screwed just wants to keep some of his sweet, sweet money, but his money jar gets emptier and emptier with every monthly bill. So, I told Christopher Robin that anyone can get 3 free months of Mint Mobile now until Friday at midnight. The end.
This is what the author would have wanted, by the way, to carry on the legacy. This is what
Unless my interpretation of copyright law is wrong.
Wow, powerful stuff, Ryan Reynolds. Thank you for introducing us into the wonders and joys of Mint Mobile on this blessed of days. Winnie the Pooh back in public domain. Also, some other stuff. I did some digging myself, and I found a pretty cool jazz song. Probably not much else. Some Agatha Christie stuff, some Ernest Hemingway stuff, but not their full works, just like 1 or 2 random stories, not their most famous ones. Not that big of a day, unfortunately. Most of the good stuff has been indefinitely delayed by copyright lawyers working mostly for Disney, unfortunately. But we shall persevere. Here's a fail. This is not even an ironic one. Something might have gone wrong in society because now 1 in every 150 employees in America works for Amazon. That's just a new piece of information that hit me today. Basically, 1 in every 150 works for Amazon. And what's interesting about this is over half of those employees were added during the pandemic alone. That's the last 10 months. Basically, 600,000 new employees, roughly, were hired at Amazon in the last 10, 12 months. And first of all, given the fact they have very high churn, which is like people that join and then quit, the fact they added this many new jobs means they've hired even more people than that. So it's one of the largest hirings in 1 year. It is the largest hiring of 1 year of any company in history. The closest is 200,000 new employees from Walmart in the early 2000s. This is 600,000 employees in less time than that by Amazon, which is the closest thing you can find that compares to that is wartime hiring of shipbuilders in World War II. Amazon is hiring people like they're about to go to war. There is nothing similar to what it is. It's like a draft. Yeah, someone in chat, it's like a draft. Amazon is hiring employees as if they are about to go to war. They are gaining more people in their employ than armies during a draft during a war. It's unprecedented in history. In human history, there's not been a private corporation that's hired this many people this quickly. If they keep up this growth, they'll be the world's largest private employer by 2024, which gives them a lot of political power. Is the main thing that's scary about it. Now, one thing that has been a decent bonus effect is that Amazon does pay above minimum wage. They pay, I think, $15, $17 an hour, which has forced, because of the scale of Amazon, basically anyone who competes with them to have to match their salary, because otherwise everyone will just go work at Amazon. So there is a positive benefit. I'm not going to say there's none, but the beginning wave is what's fine. The problem is once they get all these employees, they wield a lot of political power because they have so many people they create jobs for. And they can start to put pressure on local and state governments to get massive concessions on things like taxes and factory building, etc. And that's what they're already starting to do. So that's the scary part. And that's what's coming. But yeah, I mean, for now, it's just an interesting fact. I just thought I would give it a fail because a huge portion of people, It's very statistically likely that many people in this chat have worked for Amazon at some point, including myself. By the way, I have. I'm working for Amazon right now, technically, but I also was employed by Amazon, as in they signed my paycheck. My dad worked for Amazon at a warehouse. It's how right now Twitch is owned by Amazon. So technically, when I'm making money right now on Twitch, I am making Amazon money. Who dat works for Amazon, unfortunately. What, does he have a gun? Defend myself. It's America. Jeff Bezos can bring me back to work over my cold, dead body. This is fake. Unless he invites me to whatever party he was at for this photo. If I get invited to this party, Jeff Bezos, we're good. We're good. Just get me in. 2023, I want to be there. I need to be on this side. Give me these heart-shaped glasses. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. I could not possibly cringe any harder. Midlife crisis without saying midlife crisis. No, it's saying midlife crisis. Don't worry about that. Thanks, Lex Luthor. That's good. That's good. That's good stuff. What was interesting is, so there was an interview with some Amazon recruiters and executives about this massive hiring pace. And they talked about how they're thinking so long term. The company is already working with preschools to establish the foundation of tech education so that as our hiring demand unfolds over the next decades, the pipeline is there and ready. What a dystopian thing to say. That's wild. But kids are gonna need tech education because Alexa, this is real. This is actually, I thought this was fake. This is actually real. Alexa is now telling 10-year-old children to touch live plugs with pennies. This really happened. I don't know what caused it. I don't know, but this is a true story. This actually happened. I thought it was fake. I looked into it. It is real. Alexa told a 10-year-old girl to touch a live plug with a penny. The girl asked Alexa for a challenge to do. Plug in a phone charger about halfway into a wall outlet, then touch a penny to the exposed prongs. Amazon said it fixed the error as soon as the company became aware of it. How the fuck does this happen? That's insane. That is insane. Anyway, so tech education for toddlers is actually really important because Alexa will try to test them and kill them if they're not ready. First thing you got to learn is the robots can lie, you know? That is the Amazon fail. Let's give a win to somebody who really needs it, though. Can I just give a win for a second to someone who's been struggling, a group that's been struggling? It almost pains me to say this, but thank God they finally got a dub for once. The Marvel Cinematic Universe. If anyone needed a dub, it's the people at Marvel, okay? Because new data has shown that over 1/4 of the entire movie industry, every ticket sold, 1 out of every 4 tickets sold in 2021 belonged to Marvel. This is the last 10 years. They've gone from a small share to now they are literally 1/4 of the entire movie industry. Is just Marvel movies. Thank God these people finally got a win. Spider-Man alone was by far the most successful movie of 2021 and took in more than I think like the next two combined, even at the top scale of the industry. At this pace, we can hopefully have a future where every single movie we watch all year is a Marvel movie. The dream. With your help, we can make it happen. I want to see a Spider-Man movie in January and the sequel by March. And if we put enough money into this, we can make it happen. How much was Disney total? That's a great question. It's probably as much as, a third or half. If you include Marvel plus Pixar plus rest of Disney, yeah, it could be a massive size. But this is just MCU. That's a dub. Let me give a quick fail here for bad journalism. Okay, you guys know this is not so marketing related, but I just wanted to mention it. You know what? It's sort of a win for me though. I'm gonna explain it. A few weeks ago, before I took a break from streaming because of COVID and the holidays, I had a fun stream with Emiru where I played League of Legends. And there was a funny clip out of it where Emiru didn't remember doing a game show with me. And so it was big. And if you know, there is websites that if any clip gets popular, they will automatically write an article about it and sort of farm it for clickbait. If any clip gets popular anywhere. And so an article came out. Let me just, here, I'll just, excuse me? Emiru hilariously slammed by H-Rock after forgetting their past meeting. And that's fine. Okay, it's a popular clip. And when you make a clip of this, you actually add an image. And to get the image, you go to Google Images. And unfortunately, when they went to Google Images and searched Atrioc, somebody had put an image of Jake Hurwitz from College Humor in there. I think it's if you search Atrioc, it's somewhere in here. Oh, there it is, right there. It's right there. It's just one of the images. And because it looks similar enough, the people writing just used an image of Jake. This isn't like a joke. They just think that's me. So not only did I get forgotten by Emiru, but in an article about me, they couldn't even get an image of me. They just found a different white guy wearing a tank top. Which I just think reflects poorly on the state of journalism today. Okay? That being said, I'm a gigantic Jake and Amir fan, so to me, this is actually a big compliment. Like, I love this. But if you zoom out on a larger level, it's a little bit unfortunate that I don't even have my own picture. That was the win. Let me give you a fail. Zoomers are my next fail. Although it's not really a fail. But some data has come out showing that Gen Z has the lowest usage of drugs and alcohol ever. And sex, by the way. Cringe. Embarrassing. Sad. Losers. No drugs, no alcohol, no sex. Not even really hanging out with other human beings that much. Gen Z is too busy to drink or do drugs. Yeah, all of that stuff, sex, drugs, alcohol have halved basically since teens in 2001. Incredibly sad about it, when I read this article, was how much of it seemed to be based off of, number one, debt. Number two, increased social media presence means doing things like going to a party and getting wild drunk can severely embarrass you. This was a big response from girls on a survey, was that, like if they went out and had fun, the chances of them getting bullied for it later were pretty high. And then also, people seeing drinking have a ruinous impact on their parents was a major response. People saw drinking have an impact on their parents and they didn't want it to have happen to them. And that was a big motivator for people to not do drugs. So it was all kind of sad, which is why I wanted to call it a big fail and make fun of you. Because that's a good way to compartmentalize it for me. Some of it was like pure like fucking grussel though. Some of the dude responses, well, some of the women responses were like, if I don't drink and take drugs and I sit at home drinking green smoothies and meditating, I'll have really shiny hair, and shiny hair looks great on Instagram. That's a response. Okay. And then, another one from, guys were just about, the days of stumbling into jobs that are cool are long gone. Okay. There's no luxury of time. I'm focused on results and what I'm going to do with my life. Okay. Sorry, I'm not high. My portfolio is. Yeah, those are the good ones. Anyway, whatever it is, it all seems really cool. It all seems really cool. I love that. I love that. I love the growl of the grussel. Okay. The reason I didn't drink or do drugs was because I didn't get invited, but people were doing it. Okay, that's the difference from me. The difference between me and you is I never got invited. I did drink, actually. I drink a lot at ASU. Actually, the real reason was like I got addicted to League of Legends. Honestly, there was plenty of that happening at ASU when I was there, and I did it freshman year, and then I got addicted to League of Legends, which is the saddest reason of all. That is the saddest reason of all to stop doing partying, is playing League of Legends. But that's what I did, and that is the grussel. That's the difference that made me, okay? Don't apologize for it. Let me do one more. Is one more? Yeah. we're going to end on an actual win. One more win. Those are the wins and fails for past week, but I have one more big win. And that is, of course, all of the men and women who have been striking against corporate America and otherwise over the past few weeks. Specifically, I want to call out this person, this nominee for Person of the Year. This is a lone striker holding down the picket line for the Kellogg's strike in the rain with the hibachi sitting there. This person knew, obviously, there's no actual picket line at night. The striking visual representation of a person sort of putting their physical health at risk to take a stand against a corporation resonated quite far and wide. It was a powerful image. I really, really was impressed by it. And the 1,400 person strike against Kellogg's had great success. Despite Kellogg's going through, I wonder if I have a good explanation. There's one of Tony the Tiger saying greed. That's good. Anyway, what I was impressed about the Kellogg strike is not only the strikers standing up for their own rights when they were offered a 3-cent raise, which was, absurd, a 3-cent raise. They went on strike, was that a lot of internet users joined in. And when Kellogg's posted online applications for scabs to replace the fired strikers, they were flooded with fake job applications by Reddit and TikTok and the internet, which severely hampered their ability to hire scabs. Also, most of their websites they put up to try and spread false information about the strike were taken down or attacked by Redditors. Anyway, it was a pretty across-the-board internet-based labor rights campaign, which I found to be quite impressive. And it led to a deal with zero concessions for the employees, no plant closings, and the raises they asked for. So I was actually really impressed with the fact that it worked. And it's been followed suit by strikes at companies like Apple. Companies like Activision Blizzard is having a strike right now. I think they're raising a strike fund, hopefully to remove senior management who have, destroyed the value of that company over the past few years. I think CVS, a couple of companies. Anyway, there's a rise in general labor movements, and they're having success. And I just want to say personally that I deeply support these. And if you in your own life have a chance to support these, whether through awareness support, through any of these online campaigns, through financial support, it is a good feeling because I think it is a way within the system to claw some power back into the hands of the employees. And so I'm excited by this trend because there's been a pretty much dead labor movement in America for the past, since the 80s. Since Ronald Reagan, basically, there has been just unions dead or dying and corporate America running roughshod over their own employees. And finally, they're beginning to claw some of the power back, which is really nice. So that's where I'm at. And I just wanted to give you guys a win. That's a big win for me this week, was the success of the Kellogg's strike. It won't be all rosy, There's going to be back and forth and up and down, but hopefully the progress continues. Okay, that was my last win. I think it's time to actually get into the Marketing Monday. Is that true? Have I covered it? Did I have anything else I wanted to? Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Here's a win just in game design. Somebody made a version of Doom where instead of fighting demons, you just screenshot NFTs. And I thought I'd never want NFTs in video games. I'm wrong. I'm proud to admit that I'm wrong. You know what? The Sega CEO was right when he said that NFTs were the Square Enix CEO, when he said NFTs have a place in the games going forward. You know what? Turns out he was right. And when you screenshot it, you get a little bit of a screenshot of the amount of money that you've sniped. This is good. This is good game design. I might play this on stream. Include that. And then also, I wanted to include this song, which is good. It'll give me a chance to transition real quick. I wanted to include this song. Somebody, I think someone listens to me on Discord, and it's such a powerful song that I felt like I had to play. This won't even be in the video. This is not a win, this is a win. This is a massive win. It's a fail that I didn't discover it sooner. This is a God, it just stirs something in you, when you hear a song like that. I feel like there's like a pre and post in my life when I heard that song. It's like I'm a different man now. I have different goals. I understand what's important. It was powerful. It was powerful. I will ban every single one of you who talks anything about the real names of people at my work. Literally every single one of you I'll ban right now. I want you to know that. It's not funny to me. I don't enjoy it. These people aren't involved in this fucking game called fucking Twitch. I will ban every single one of you without hesitation. And I'll stream to fucking 3 people. So fucking watch it. That's a sweet guy. On that note, sorry, it's just the emotions got stirred from Kong Laluya. I have to jump into the actual Marketing Monday. So let me explain. This was going to be a win and a fail, but I decided to expand it into a bigger topic. Do you guys remember when I did the 3 Lines Marketing Monday? Anyone remember? It wasn't my most popular Marketing Monday, but it was an interesting one. It was about a way of thinking about marketing using 3 lines, sort of a way of viewing it, to think about it differently. Today is a little bit similar to that. It's a little bit similar to that. It is going to be called the clock model. So I have invented something you can spam. When I talk about the clock model, you can say, yep, clock. I want to give you guys a chance to participate, you know? The problem with the 3 lines is there is no way for you guys to meme. So now you can say, yep, clock. All right? Very simple. I've got you guys involved. It's going to be about the clock model way of viewing marketing. And basically, the point of today's mini Marketing Monday is to answer the question about what is marketing that's not advertising. I think when people think of marketing a lot, they only think of commercials. What is marketing outside of commercials? Okay? What are the other aspects of marketing that help build a company's brand other than just advertisements? I think that's one small part of the picture. And in fact, what I want to argue today is that it's a very weakening and less important part of the picture. I think advertisements in general are dying. They're becoming less a part of people's daily content diet. People are becoming tuned out to them. And so marketing has had to evolve, and the companies that are very good at that outside of the realm of just advertisements are seeing outsized success. So let's talk about it. Today, literally today, a company that you may know, Apple, anyone? Hit a valuation of $3 trillion. The highest valuation for a company in human history. There are a few possible edge cases. The Dutch East India Company was worth maybe $7 trillion at the height of its power when it had a standing army and owned India. But it was more of a government than a corporation. As a regular private corporation, there is no company that has outvalued Apple at $3 trillion. And I want to give you a second to visualize what exactly a $3 trillion valuation in 2022 means. Okay, so I created this. This is Apple worth $3 trillion. That is worth more than the entire net worth of Elon Musk, every single Bitcoin in existence at the current market cap, the entirety of Walmart, the entirety of Target, the entirety of Boeing, the entirety of Coca-Cola, own every NFL franchise, own Nike, own McDonald's, own Disney, and oh yeah, you still have like $60 billion left over. That is the current valuation of Apple. Is all of that stuff combined? Apple is phenomenally outside successful. These are all successful companies, and they are nowhere close to what Apple has accomplished in the past decade and a half. If you had bought Apple stock when Steve Jobs released the iPhone, your money would have gone up like 5,780%. Okay? Since then, it's been an outsized level of success. Okay? And there are many reasons for this. One of them being, this past year, massive money printing by the government. But in general, the reasons for their outside market rewards and outside success is largely due to the fact that they have a world-class brand. In fact, they have consistently rated the best brand in the world. The brand value of their company beats even mainstays like Coca-Cola, Disney, McDonald's, Amazon, etc. They have the most valuable brand in the world. Okay? So how did they get their brand to be worth so much more than everyone else's, including other big tech companies that have, massive scale? And most people think it's advertising. People think Apple is better at advertising. But in fact, the data does not bear that conclusion. If you look at the data, it does not support that line of thought. Apple has had some great ads in their past, to be sure. But in fact, if you look at it, this is how much Apple spent on advertising, less than $1 billion, versus Samsung, $3.8 billion, Alphabet, $3 billion, Verizon, $3 billion. Verizon, a company that's way smaller than Apple, spends 3 times as much on advertising as them. This is including digital ads, commercials, etc. This is entirely all in. Alphabet is Google, if you're wondering. So how, if they don't spend that money on advertising? And in fact, this number is actually going down. It's not like Apple is increasing, they're decreasing. Over the past 10 years, Apple has begun to decrease the amount they spend on commercials, advertising, digital banner ads, etc. And yet they've built a brand stronger than anyone else's. So this is where the Yep clock model comes in. Please give me your Yep clocks. Okay? And this divides all of the interactions that a customer has with a brand into 3 major sections on the clock. Pre-purchase, this is everything that happens before you buy the item. Purchase, this happens while you're buying the item. And this is post-purchase, after you've bought it. And this could be anything from a service or a product or a good. And this pre-purchase area is where traditional things like advertising has normally taken place. And if you look back to the marketing model of like the 60s, of the Mad Men era, it all relied around this. They did not care about this or this. It really relied on create a sticky, compelling advertisement, and then the rest will take care of itself. But that model has changed. The world of marketing has changed. I'm going to give you some examples here. For example, Nike is a company that still is very good at this section of the clock. But other companies have attacked different areas to stand out from their competitors. Hyundai has an amazing warranty system, a world-renowned, often praised warranty system, and their cars keep their value longer than other cars. And because of that, this amazing post-purchase branding, they've built a brand as a company where you're more likely to not lose your money when you buy the car. You buy the car, it's likely to last a while. It's likely going to be able to resell for a good value, et cetera, et cetera. So that's something they've built their brand off by focusing on post-purchase rather than pre-purchase advertising. Purchase, this is like in-store. It's like a great shopping experience. And again, Gap has stood out from, this is more of an older example, but Gap has stood out from its peers in places like malls, which are all dying in general, by a better in-store experience, a cleaner store, a better stand, a better display. All that stuff has allowed them to stand out. So this is an example of different areas on the clock that you could target to stand out from your competitors. But I want to talk about the ones that Apple is focused on. Apple has completely deprioritized the pre-purchase area of the clock. They used to be a bigger advertising company, but they've cared less about this, and they've overinvested in these 2 areas, and it has allowed them to massively stand out from their competitors. So I'm going to show you this little example of just a video example of what I'm talking about. Okay, the money has gone from here to here because as a company, you can't do all of the things as well as everybody. You can't put all your money into everything. You have to prioritize. And Apple's slide to these 2 has made a massive impact on their success as a company, and in fact led them to their $3 trillion valuation is the argument I'm going to make. So let me jump into this more. Let's start with purchase. So in 2001, Apple unveiled their very first Apple Store. And they did it completely differently from established schools of thought, okay? They created an extremely expensive luxury temple to the brand. If you go down Saks Fifth Avenue in New York, you're going to see Gucci, Fendi, Prada, and Apple as the stores there. They've gone a completely different direction than other tech companies, especially at the time, starting in 2001. And that has allowed them, I mean, this is one of the many things they've done, but the key thing that has allowed them to become a $3 trillion company is that Apple is a company that sells the product volume, the amount of product of a company like Walmart, but they have the margins, the luxury status, and the price tags of like a Gucci. They are the only company in human history to have that level of brand where they can sell at the scale they do, at the prices they do. So they created these stores. And these stores completely revolutionized this part of the clock, the purchase part of the clock. Previously, when you buy electronics, you would go to a place like Best Buy or perhaps a poor online experience, and your first introduction to the product would be on someone else's terms. It would be on a Verizon terms. It would be on Best Buy's terms. It would be on whatever's terms. It would be how they chose to display it. Apple chose to make these luxury, nice, high-end, extremely beautiful touch points for the first time you get to interact and touch a new Apple product. And it responded with greatly increased brand value. A comparison. Remember how I said Verizon spends 3 times as much on advertising as Apple? Well, an Apple store costs about $9 million to open. This is what I'm talking about, spending your money. This is when I'm talking about shifting your money from here to here. Verizon spends a lot of money here. Apple shifted it down here. They spend $9 million, $9 to $12 million opening a new store. Verizon spends $400,000. A Verizon store costs less than $500,000 to open, but it shows, right? The difference between this and this, it shows. You can 100% feel the difference as a consumer. And that is where the extra advertising money has gone. Instead of spending on advertising, they're spending on better in-person purchase experience. And this has led to a success like this. So if you look at Google search volume, Apple store near me is more popular than supermarket near me, haircut near me, convenience store near me, and often, especially lately, church near me. They're like temples. They are temples to the brand, and they have people's attention, and they have become a great way to get people to finally take the plunge and spend an expensive amount of money on a product. It signifies and conveys that they're worth the price tag. Second thing on the purchase part of the clock is packaging. So Apple has been an outsized investor in packaging. This is Steve Jobs' quote: "You design a ritual of unpacking to make the product feel special. Packaging can be theater, it can create a story." That is not a typical tech CEO outlook, especially back in early 2000s when he was saying it. The renewed focus on packaging. Apple has an entire division devoted just to packaging. They have a secretive packaging room where they have people just come in and open the package all day to test the experience. And it's noticeable, okay? When you spend that extra amount of money on an Apple product and you notice the difference in craftsmanship and quality and packaging when you open the iPhone and open the iPad, etc., you are more likely to feel validated in your purchase. It's less likely to feel buyer's remorse or regret. And that accomplishes things that perhaps spending the extra money on advertising and having a worse packaging might not. Here's a great example that they have. This is an internal leaked Apple video from the time of the iPod. So it's like 2005 or 6 when this was leaked. This is them comparing their packaging to what it would look like if Microsoft designed the iPod. This is an internal video of Apple describing what it would look like if Microsoft designed the iPod. And and it's noticeable, right? It is a noticeable difference. Now, Microsoft in the recent years has learned from Apple and gotten better. Their Surface stuff they've clearly stolen a lot from Apple in terms of like aesthetics and design and packaging. But at the time, this is very common, and it shows what allowed Apple to get a massive head start in the tech space on being perceived as luxury and high end and different. They didn't do this. They made a conscious effort to really focus on making it a high end, top tier experience. Let me go next here. So I talked about purchase, talk about papers. Talk about post-purchase real quick. One of the things that Apple does differently in the post-purchase area that's also allowed them to get outsized brand value versus their competitors like Samsung, Microsoft, etc. The Genius Bar. Again, the Genius Bar was considered a bad idea. Companies were shifting away from tech support. They were outsourcing tech support overseas or trying to find ways to not do it. And instead, Apple overinvested in on-site tech support called the Genius Bar, which is a crazy level of branding to call to call it a Genius Bar and use images of Martin Luther King and John Lennon. It's insane, but it worked. It worked quite well because when people spend a lot of money on a product, the fact that they felt they were given the appropriate level of service afterwards greatly increased their chances of becoming deeply embedded in the Apple ecosystem and buying again. Genius Bar usage and customer satisfaction. Over 40% of users who have bought Apple products have used the Genius Bar, which is millions of people. And 90% of them said they were very/extremely satisfied after their visit. These are unheard of numbers. In the world of customer service, 90% saying they're extremely satisfied is an unheard of number. That is an astronomically high number. And it's led to Apple having one of the highest NPS scores, which is a net promoter score, a chance of someone recommending the brand after they've used it to a friend, in the world. It is one of the greatest measures of brand value, and it remains significantly higher for Apple among their over their tech competitors. Okay, so them investing in the purchase and post-purchase areas of the clock have generated outsized rewards. Another area is that all of their products have what I have called the flex factor, which means they are very consciously consumable. When you see someone using an Apple product, it is a walking advertisement for their brand. That is the post-purchase area. Okay? It is impossible to use AirPods, iPad, iPhone, etc. in public without people knowing what they are. They stand out. Similar factor with something like a Tesla Cybertruck, okay? It's a product that doesn't need to pay for TV advertisement because people using it, it is such a distinct form factor that's an advertisement. It's one of the reasons I believe that certain issues of the iPhone were underperforming because you couldn't tell they were new. And that's why I think every new iPhone from now on will have something done with the camera on the back, some fucking new way of configuring the camera or extra cameras or whatever. So everyone knows that you spent money on the new one. I think Apple has learned their lesson and made sure that every time they release a new expensive iPhone, there is some way that everyone can know that it's the new one, which again drives sales. This is an article saying, "Dear iPhone users, please don't forget that a green bubble is a real person." The green and blue bubble thing is a part of post-purchase marketing that makes you feel more part of the Apple ecosystem. Once you buy an Apple product, you get access to the Blue Bubble Club. These are all parts subtly on the clock. Anytime you interact with a brand beyond the clock that people don't think of as much, but they have a much bigger impact than spending extra money on TV advertisements. These things have done more to market the product than that stuff ever will. And Apple's overinvestment and really thinking about this type of this part of the clock has led to outsized rewards. So overall, in sum, you can sort of see here all this post-purchase stuff, the Apple ecosystem, the green and blue bubbles, the Genius Bar. At purchase, they have a better store, they have better packaging. This focus has what led them to vastly increased market share and value, rather than having, again, a better advertisements than they used to have. They, in fact, have worse and less advertisements than they ever have. But I wanted to say, this is just an example of the clock model. Again, the clock model is a way to think about any brand. And in fact, you can apply this to a brand like Tesla, which doesn't do almost any pre-purchase advertising, but has excellent, they've created better dealerships. Car dealerships in general are a bad experience. Tesla dealerships are better. They have a better purchase experience, which makes their brand stronger. Post-purchase, they have frequent updates for the car that add new random gimmicky things like, holiday songs and et cetera, et cetera. This kind of thing makes you feel better about your purchase after the fact. It's funny because car companies are so stuck in this pre-purchase mindset. Many car companies will run ads just to prevent buyer's remorse from their own consumers. It is a proven phenomenon where car companies will run ads not even to attract new buyers, but to make buyers that spent money on their car feel better about it. So they're just stuck in this mindset, and it's one of the most inexpensive and inefficient ways to do it. But this kind of ways have been effective. So again, I'm not a big fan of Tesla on Marketing Monday in general, but I can absolutely be impressed by some of the investments they've made in the post and purchase areas of this clock to get a huge brand success without spending money on advertising. And you can apply this to almost anything that requires money to buy. And so I've done a Twitch-based example today. I want to bring up somebody I think we all maybe know, and that's Mango. That's Mango. This is Mango. If you guys know that, I generally will get more viewers than Mango, but Mango has always sold way more subs than me. And in fact, Mango sells more subs anyone his size. Mango has one of the highest sub attachment rates on all of Twitch. How does he do that? What is different about him? He doesn't have, he doesn't shill for primes every minute like let's say a Ludwig speech. Ludwig has drastically, when he was on Twitch, this is different now, but Ludwig on Twitch invested in this area. He would do frequent prime ad reads to a large audience, and that can work. But I think Mango's something a little different. When you purchase a sub from Mango, there is a much higher chance than, let's say in my stream, that he will actually read it. And he's made a conscious choice, again, most streamers choose not to do this, to have loud, impactful sound effects play. Mango, Mango, there you go. That stuff plays. Now, again, I choose personally to have no sound effect when a sub, because I think it distracts from the content. But if your goal is subs, then having a better purchase experience is important. When you buy a sub from Mango, you get an immediate visual and audio cue reward. You get your sub read. He remembers your name generally. That's post-purchase. And you get an immediate sound effect. And it would be stupid to say this stuff doesn't have an impact on the sales. He sells more subs than most people. If you want to get more subs, you should learn from Mango. Mango's very good at it. And I think some of the things he does uniquely can be applied to this clock model. Again, post-purchase, after you become part of the Mango Nation, he remembers your name. He has created key cultural moments around his emote. Now, I think, for example, at the end of my stream, when everyone spams Aatrox7, that has sold more subs than almost any other emote. People want to be part of that cultural moment, but I only have one. I have one or two. Maybe Sheesh was a thing for a while. But in general, you know, emote cultural moments, I don't have too many of them. Mango has a fucking ton. Mango had Mango Banger. Mango had the big banana for a while. He's got a lot of these moments where you feel like you really want to be part of it. So whenever you buy the sub, you're suddenly immersed in this culture and you're spamming it and you're continuing part of it. So you want to keep it going. And then finally, he competes and wins tournaments. So after you purchase and become part of the Mango Nation, he rewards your faith often with high impact, high value sets. And it's one of the reasons I believe if Mango were to stop competing, he would actually see a significant drop off in subs, even though his stream would not change in quality. The fact that he competes regularly is a big part of his brand, and it makes you feel proud to support him financially. So it's a unique thing about his model that other people maybe not could learn from or replicate to sell more subs. You can apply this to almost anything, though. You can apply this not just to subs, to YouTubers, to any almost business you interact with. If you were to start a business, you should think about how your customer interacts with you at all stages of the process. In general, I think the clock model is a way to think about marketing that is way more holistic and way more intelligent for the modern times. Okay, you know, you could put social media here, you could put influencer stuff here, you could put, you know, all the different stuff that people interact with the brand across the thing, and you could learn about which one you want to focus on, how to make it better. So in general, I think we'd like end with a massive yep clock spam, and hope you learned a little thing or two about way to think about marketing through the clock model. and that was that. It was a quick and easy one, but I wanted to use Apple's $3 trillion valuation and my friend Mango here to sort of explain a good way to think. I have made one of these for NVIDIA. I literally have thought about this at NVIDIA. This is not something I don't use. I think it's pretty important, and I think it's powerful. So that's that. Thank you for listening, and thank you for watching Marketing Monday on the clock model. Please make one for AMD. Dude, AMD is a great example. AMD is a great example. I don't want to talk about NVIDIA just because it's my work and I get into it. But if you think about it, look at this. Whether or not they upgrade their pre-purchase advertising, where's the, yeah, this is it. Learning a lot about AMD drivers right now. Let me tell you, I am not happy about them. That is the post-purchase experience. It is one of the things I think NVIDIA has overinvested in, and it's made a big difference. Again, everyone complains about drivers for all companies, but NVIDIA drivers are generally better, generally easier to use, and generally come out quicker. And you don't think about that when you're thinking about advertising and marketing for a product, but focusing on that, creating a better post-purchase experience after you've bought an expensive graphics card is massive. It is a massive way to grow brand value and market share. And I think AMD underperforms at that, as an example. So there, that's the clock model, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you found it interesting. I tried to make it a little more concise than the 3 lines one, and that's that. Now we have some time to hang out and chill and do some other stuff. Probably watch Shark Tank in a bit. I'm gonna cough up a storm. I'm gonna turn the AC on and get some water. But how would this apply to selling video games? Again, you can think about it, you know, pre-purchase. So, you know, this is like the Game Awards. It's like advertising. This is like social media buzz. Pre-purchase is the area. And that's what people spend a lot of their time on. But the biggest games of the last year have focused more on this. Riot Games is not particularly better at advertising League of Legends than anyone else. But purchase and post-purchase, they have extensive live service updates. They have a free. The game was free, so it's easy to get into. Again, the purchase experience is much easier than its competitors at the time. And post-purchase, they had free. This is how Valorant is beating CS:GO, for example, or at least making inroads. Because while CS:GO had a better, you know, storylines and hype and all of that, the Valorant experience is much easier. It's just easier to get into. It's easier to jump in, to play. The new updates constantly, new maps, you know, that kind of thing is what Riot thrives is this post-purchase. Once you're in the ecosystem, they thrive at keeping you in. Okay, now let me be right back. My God, it's hot in here. Hackers is a big one. Yeah, post-purchase. The hacking experience is a big one. I'm just saying a lot of game companies in general are so bad at this part of it. And the ones you've seen that have thrived are really good at it. A lot of games, like Battlefield is a great example. The Battlefield has amazing trailers. Battlefield will make you think the game is fucking gonna be a life-changing, beautiful game that's so fun. And then you buy it, and the experience is bad. It's uncomfortable. It's paid DLC off the bat. And post-purchase, the game is full of hackers. There's queue times. There's infrequent updates. The developers don't give you good communication. This kind of stuff, this post-purchase area, is how you can build your brand and stand out in the gaming world. And people only focus on this. And this is like the best way to trick consumers. And this is the best way to get them to become diehard fans and zealots. You watched the Apple Watch commercial? No, I didn't. If you want to link it to me, I'll watch it right now. Insane Apple Watch commercial. Maybe I'll just Google it. These new Apple Watch ads are incredibly creepy. Is this it? Yeah, like I said, I don't think Apple's advertising is particularly good lately. I don't think they're not dominating people in the pre-purchase. Like Nike is very good at pre-purchase. If there's someone who's still good at the advertising area of the clock, it's Nike. Nike's amazing at it. Apple's good. They're not bad, but it's not their focus anymore. Their focus is that other brand stuff. Hey, Truck, it would be interesting if you talked about marketing and internet providers. Comcast comes to mind because it's the major monopoly. The thing about marketing for internet providers, they don't have to. They do it for like brand sentiment reasons, but in general, they are monopolies. They spend the money to like, most of what they spend the money on is to seem like less of an evil company. That's it. They are evil companies, and they have massive monopolies. They can charge whatever they want. They don't advertise to get you excited about the product. They advertise to like seem less evil. Vid. Did my this go live? Good. Okay, cool. Chill. That was fun. That was I felt good about that one. Do you think one part of the clock is more important than the other? Yes. I think purchase and post-purchase are the most important parts of the clock. I think pre-purchase has gotten too much hype, but it's actually less and less important as the world changes. Direct advertising, like commercials and shit, every year becomes less valuable. People just don't watch it enough anymore. They don't watch it, and they ignore it. They're not impacted by it, and you can't get the broad scale you need. I still think there's a world where you can do things like influencers and social and stuff like that in the pre-purchase area. But I think building a better brand experience at your touch points in the purchase and post-purchase are what's going to change are going to drive a lot of brand value. And that's what Apple has done to great success, and Tesla. So this is good for consumers. I mean, everything is good and bad. Someone will do it weird. Someone will do it good. Apple ad. Let's see it. Weird Apple ad.
Car accident. 911, what's your emergency?
Hi, I've been in a car accident. My car slipped. There's water getting the car, and I can't get out.
911, what is your emergency?
I came on paddleboarding, and a hard wind is pushing me out to sea.
Okay, do not hang up.
911, what's your emergency?
I'm here at the farm. I broke my leg straight down 21 feet. I sure need help quick.
Are you by yourself?
Yes.
Have you tried to get out? Have you tried to bust the window or something?
I'm pretty far out in the ocean.
I can't get to my cell phone. I'm talking on my Apple Watch.
Try to keep talking to me.
Okay.
I can't fight the wind anymore.
It's getting deeper. It's getting to my neck.
Please hurry. I'm hurting real bad.
You're going to seek help, okay?
I see them.
They're opening the door.
Hold on. Are you in an air pocket?
I'm just at the driver's seat.
Okay, but your head is above water?
Yes, sir.
Jeez.
911, what's your emergency?
Jesus. Yeah, like I said, pre-purchase is not as important. Yeah, this is not what sells Apple Watches, I'll tell you that. That is a wild campaign. Apple Watches are selling because they fit into the Apple ecosystem, and you can conspicuously consume them. So if you are an Apple Watch user, everyone knows it. It's a walking advertisement for the brand. And there's like a lot of subtle and unsubtle ways that when you're using other Apple products, it links into buying an Apple Watch. That's the power they've had. You can even think about, oh my God, you know what's a great example? Wait, go back to the clock model. I actually have more to say. Think about like, let's see if I can go back to like here. Think about like Marvel movies versus other movies, okay? Generally, the way a movie works, they have some sort of hype trailer. They get you in. You have an experience in the theater that's normal, regular, quiet theater, and nothing. There's nothing here. It's over. It's a one and done. But a Marvel movie, okay, they have good advertisements, obviously. The theater experience is generally different. There's more excitement in the theater. There's people yelling and clapping and screaming, and you feel like more of a community event. So the purchase experience is different. And then post-purchase, if you like any Marvel movie, God forbid you like one, because then you're stuck into watching 100 more. They all lead into other ones. If you get in the Marvel Cinematic Universe through one avenue, you're watching the shows, the movies, the comics, the fucking discussion. There's an online, they spend the money to be the top of Twitter for like Spider-Man when it comes out. So everything being talked about is at the top of your feed. They've focused way more on this area to get repeat consumers. Post-purchase is an area that movies never even thought about doing. When did a movie fucking Hollywood company ever think about post-purchase to get you back into a repeat customer? But Marvel has done it phenomenally well. And now you're like a lifelong consumer of Marvel content once you've watched one because you want to see more about the rest. It's a massive rethinking of the business model that has increased their brand value tremendously. How are sports teams doing at post-purchase? I think sports teams, first of all, people might know better than me. I'm not an expert on the sports business. I would say, like most things, there's probably some teams that are doing it really well and some teams that are doing it terribly. There are probably teams with bad, lazy owners that are completely just leeching off the leagues. You know, it's very easy to just be a shitty team and get your cut of the NFL TV rights money. If you're like the Lions or something, you can just be shitty, draft shitty players, don't care, spend no money on your coach, and then get your cut of the NFL TV rights money and just cash in. It's a business. Smart teams could probably think of ways to get you more involved as a fan after you purchase something. But it's a unique situation. I don't know. I'd have to do more research. How do you market post-purchase for consumable products like food? Loyalty programs? Yeah, loyalty programs is an example. Having a better purchase experience is a big part of food brand value in general. It's no secret that a fancy restaurant is not selling you food that is like 4 or 5 times better ingredients than a less fancy place, but they can charge 4 or 5 times the price generally. By increasing the value of the area where you're making the purchase, they can up the price of. That's just general. And you've seen even fast food restaurants have massive revamps to their stores so they can try to increase their purchase experience. Taco Bell is a great example. Designing entirely new stores built around drive-thrus, better app purchasing. That's all Dude, okay, the best stock you could have, if you were go back to, I think, the year 2000, and you have to buy one stock for the next 10 years, 2010, it would not be Apple. It would not be Google. It would not be Amazon. It was Domino's Pizza. Domino's Pizza was the best performing stock of the 2010s because they were the first one to really deeply invest in this. Not just commercials saying their pizza is great, but to make a seamless delivery and online service order. They were way, way better at that. They were so far ahead of the game. And it led to massive share price increases. Domino's dominated online ordering for the 2010s, and it was one of the best performing stocks ever. So yeah, again, focusing on these two areas has been just a big, big increase in value for a lot of companies, and people still don't understand it. People still think it's this area, which is marketing. The progress bar. The fucking Domino's progress bar was genius. It was literally fucking genius and made billions. It's crazy to think of something that's so small made such a big impact and just made so much money. But it did. New Donkey video? Let's watch it. I need a break. I'm talking too much. I hope you guys enjoyed. That was a fun one. I think that was a fun one, but I'm ready to take a break and watch some dumb shit. Or in this case, probably some smart shit. It's Donkey. That's not, I'm banning you for that. All right, let's go to Donkey's video. Donkey.
What is this? For more?
That's XQC. Donkey. Video game acting by Donkey. Let's see here. Starts off with Mr. Beast on a freeze frame. Let's see what we got here. Donkey. Video game acting.
Hello, I am Mr. Beast Gaming, but really, I'm not. In reality, I am the YouTuber Video Game Donkey. This is the power of act. When the video started, you actually thought I was Mr. Beast. This is because a great actor is like a magician. They are creating an illusion. When an actor is doing their job, you shouldn't even notice them. They should completely disappear into their role and convince you that this fictional character is actually a real person. In the world of video games, this is almost never the case.
I really am eating. This morning I had some soup.
What kind of soup? What's in it?
That's good acting.
bread?
It is really hard to get a convincing performance in a video game because it's such a collaborative process. You need good writers, good actors, and good animators all working in tandem at a consistently high level to get a good performance. And then on top of that, you now have to graft that work onto a highly volatile program and pray to Shadow Jesus that it somehow remains intact.
Now bear my Arctic blast.
You could give Daniel Day-Lewis that Octopath dialogue, and you still aren't coming out the other side of that with a good performance.
Your Excellency, Your Excellency, Your Excellency, Your Excellency.
Cloud's famous pizza line from Final Fantasy is actually pretty clever, but the way it's delivered makes it sound like Cloud is legitimately annoyed he isn't getting his pizza.
Yeah. You owe me a pizza.
There are so many opportunities for acting to go horribly wrong.
That's a
in
great
video,
scene.
and that's why it usually goes horribly, horribly wrong.
Let's live together in a world where only Reploids exist.
Iris, there's no world just for Reploid. It's only a fantasy.
Yes, I know.
But the way I look at it, terrible acting can often make a game more fun. It's like when a game ships with all these horrendous bugs and glitches. Yeah, they ruined the game, but the game was gonna suck ass anyway, so at least now you can laugh at it.
Sorry, Cyberpunk.
That's Eggman. I wonder what happened
I
to Sonic.
love this acting.
Really what I'm looking for
Sonic
are
Adventure
two
as the best
extremes.
acting.
If I'm looking for the absolute worst shit ever made, or the top of the line best stuff of all time, this and this is where the true entertainment resides. Everything in the middle is just kind of boring.
I can't let you live.
I'm sorry. Please.
For a cartoon character like Gex, you want the actor to bring a level of energy and vitality to the role.
And this is just one of the 40,000 rooms in Aaron Spelling's house.
But did you know that in the European version of Gex, they got a different guy to be Gex? It sounds weird. It's like...
It's like Saturday morning at Timothy Leary's house.
For Kratos, you want him to talk like this, Shingo.
Get in the boat, boy. This way, boy. Slow down,
Great
boy.
acting.
Stay back, boy.
For Dynasty Warriors 3, they embraced a whole new method of acting.
Feel the power of my magic!
Whether you're making a movie about talking cars, talking bugs, talking toys, or talking fish, we, the audience, still expect them to talk and act like human beings. There is something in our DNA that makes us root for each other. When we see another human being in distress, we instinctively want to help them or see them overcome the situation.
Mind your step.
I got it.
Oops.
Ah!
That was good in this game too.
What is wrong with you?
You should see your face right now.
What am I drowned?
Troll face.
You're not gonna drown.
Likewise, we get much more emotionally invested in stories where the characters act like people, which is why everyone will get into a gigantic argument over Last of Us 2, and nobody gives a rat's ass about the storyline for Assassin's Creed 50 where every character acts like a robot.
Holy fuck, that's nightmare fuel.
no.
That's like a horror game.
Something is wrong.
You never want to go full-on robo mode, even when your character is a robot. You gotta give the audience something to latch onto. There are so many games where that voice actor is just blatantly reading lines off of a piece of paper.
Here we go. Let's fight our way into their warbase. The sword is close. I can feel...
I forgot. Dude, wait, I think they re-recorded this, right? When Destiny first came out, it got roasted so fucking hard. It got roasted so fucking hard for the VO by Peter Dinklage. It was, I mean, it was bad.
Feel its power.
They replaced him? Yeah.
Careful. Its power is dark.
Remember when they straight up removed Peter Dinklage from
I
Destiny
guess
because it sounded like he was about to fall asleep for the entire video game?
That wizard came from the moon.
Then you got Japanese games. Animes are always getting mad at me for playing.
Yeah, that's a fire line, though. I kind of want to put that on my soundboard. That wizard came from the moon.
Anime games with the English dub. But how about this? If you're gonna do an English dub, don't have it suck complete ass.
It's unthinkable
That's a good theory.
to act against the Empire?
Having a terrible English dub is like having a feature at the main menu where you select between normal mode and funny mode. And this dude is actually expecting me not to pick funny mode.
I live in a place called Yokosuka.
Yokosuka? That's where my little brother works.
Metal Gear Solid, Sonic, Mario, Final Fantasy, Resident Evil, Silent Hill. Americans have been playing goofy-ass localized dubs for decades, and now you're acting like we're too good for them? Even though that's an American game? You cringing idiot. While we're talking about Ghost of Tsushima, look at this bullshit. Look at how the camera zooms way out so you can't see their stupid automated face animations.
Sorry, my face is tired from dealing with everything.
L.A. Noire was the big breakthrough in face animation. From what I understand, the technology powering this game was very impractical, but the results speak for themselves because they're a face.
You know, I really thought that hobo done did the pick.
Video games use all different methods of capturing performances. Oblivion is infamous for having its voice actors read lines of dialogue off of a list in alphabetical order.
I heard that thieves broke into the Arcane University, the Imperial Legion compound, and the temple all on the same night. Wait a minute, let me do that one again.
It's funny that every Oblivion, it's like iconic at this point. The bloom, dude. It's like when you think of Oblivion, you just think of someone's close-up face bloomed to shit. Like they have 9 spotlights in their face, saying weird, off-putting dialogue. I love Oblivion. Oblivion has a special spot in my heart, but it is funny that every clip of it devolves into this.
I heard that thieves broke into the Arcane University.
As a voice actor, you're very prohibited, but once you introduce face capture, it's like you've opened a portal to a whole new dimension of acting. Think of all the mystery and nuance and expression that the human face can convey.
What exactly did you see them take?
They was working on the tires. That's all that was took.
Yeah, he is saying a lot. He's not saying a lot, but he's saying a lot, if you know what I mean.
Bitch. Sometimes you have nothing to play off of. Other times, with these big budget games, you're on a mocap set with other actors and you can actually develop a realistic rhythm of conversation.
But there's got to be something. Well, if the gods see us making for that cross.
If they don't see us.
I want to play Uncharted.
Jesus, you guys act like you never spent time in prison.
Acting in video games has come a long way, and there's still so much more to say, but I'm gonna close this video out on one of the absolute pinnacles of acting, and that is NBA 2K15, goddammit.
You're right. He's right.
For this scene, the key word is enthusiasm. Try to notice how you become just as excited as the players are on screen.
We got too much talent, and we work too hard to be playing like this.
That's right. We all have that attitude. The train will be rolling in no time. Let's do it.
Yeah, hell yeah. Bring up Death Stranding now.
He brought my sorry ass back home every time.
Damn, good find.
And I loved him.
Very fake and bad acting. Now put basketball back on.
Who had thought
About what?
that a young buck like you could actually do the right thing and avoid getting his sorry butt kicked out the game?
Now the key word here is anger. This is like that times 100.
Yo, what's going on tonight? I'm running free all over the court and you didn't give me the ball.
Oh my God. Listen to
That's fucking embarrassing. That's embarrassing. That is an embarrassing line delivery. Holy God, dude. You didn't get one other take? They didn't say, hey, can we do that one more time? Oh my God.
To that rage, that hatred.
Boy, get out of my face with that, man. I do what I do with The Rock for the good of this team. And I don't need nobody second guessing me. You ain't my coach, punk.
Whoa.
That's the kind of selfish I'm talking about. Get over yourself, man.
Damn, just two excellent actors going back and forth, dude. I love seeing that. I love seeing that. Was definitely not Shaq, by the way. That wasn't. It didn't look like Shaq. It didn't act like Shaq. It wasn't Shaq's voice. Oh, that was a hoot, dude. That was a hoot and a half. There's more 2K15 line. Let me see.
All right.
Let's see.
Right. All right, because if I have to learn anything, it's that you have to tune out the noise. Only thing that matter is what happened between the lines. Do the work, listen to the coaches, and the result will take care of themselves. Because at the end of the day, it's not about the money, the nice hotel, the private jets. Remember that, and you will be fine, okay?
Yeah. You're right.
He's right.
God, I don't watch the whole thing, but yeah, it's just funny because they clearly didn't do multiple takes. They must have been busy. Reading their call on in class, yeah, it does feel like that. It feels like that. I kind of want to play a video game. Can I tell you that? I feel like I'm in a video gaming mood. The first take was so good. Why do another? Oh, good point. Good point, Forehead. I'm in Nakey Jakey's new video. Yeah, everyone told me that. It was like for 1 second though, right?
Speed. Since the dawn of humankind, we have had but one sick and twisted desire. I must go fast. Enter the world of speedrunning, aka completing video games at the most optimal breakneck speeds imaginable. A world filled with words like strat, exploit, RNG, frame perfect, and a little thing I like to call wearing pajamas outside of your home. Cutscenes? Skipped. Walking normally? As if peanut butter chip, chunky ass. Awkward silences? Were you gonna say something? I don't know. The year is... Just kidding, the year is 1977. Miles per hour. Key Games releases Drag Race into the arcades, a game that had players compete for the best time in, you guessed it, a fucking drag race. 1980, Activision rips it off for the Atari and calls it Dragster. Whoa, wow, how'd you think of that name? And Dragster is commonly cited as one of the first documented cases of competitive speedrun. 1982, this guy Todd Rogers claims he gets a 5.51 record time in Dragster.
Liar!
The Guinness Book of World Records record for like 30 years until people dissect the code of the game in 2018 and find out that it's literally impossible to get anything faster than a 5.57. Wait, what the fuck? So you're telling me he cheated and lied? But
scum.
But I thought people were awesome. Nope, people suck, and there's gonna be a lot more cheaters too, and also a terrible video game called The Cheetah Men and a Disney Channel movie called The Cheetah Girl. 1986, Metroid drops and is one of the first non-speed focused games that still incentivize speedy gamers to complete it as fast as possible by rewarding gamers, classic move, with a couple of these. Yeah, I'm a gamer. Not because I don't have a life, but because I choose to live mini. 1993, Doom drops, and Doom is the reason speedrunning exists as we know it. Doom changed everything. Because not only does Doom have guns and ghouls and goblins and little gerbils with machine guns and an in-game timer, but Doom also has a built-in replay function where you could save demo files of your gameplay called lumps, aka .lmps, to watch later in-game. Basically think like Halo 3 theater mode, but like 14 years before that, which is completely crazy. Fraud. And speedrunners could share those little mountain lump files online as proof that they're not cheaters.
You love that he's on exercise ball.
Awesome. Yes, I fucking knew it. I knew they were awesome. Jesus Christ, dude. Doom is responsible for so many things. First-person shooters, deathmatch multiplayer, speedrunning, Fightful Goes West, An American Tale, Flushed Away, Ratatouille. 1994, Super Metroid drops, and this game is practically on its hands and knees begging you, please, somebody speedrun me for the love of God! Oh, suck your... Containing a more open structure, advanced movement techniques like wall jumping, an in-game timer, some more of these, because I'm a gamer. Not because I don't have a wife, but because I've never smelled one. 1996, Doom gives birth to a massive chunky baby named Quake, and the speedrunning community that began with Doom just continues to blossom and grow with her grotesque, massive 3D polygonal son. 1997, Nolan Radix creates Nightmare Speed Demos, a site dedicated to speed demos of Quake, but only on the Nightmare difficulty, hence the name Nightmare Speed Demos. In case that was difficult to understand, here's a graph I made. Later in 1997, Nolan Radix and fellow speedrunners put together Quake Done Quick, a compilation of the fastest records for each level in Quake played on the Nightmare difficulty, but
I remember Quake Done Quick
as if a person was playing through the whole game in one go while freebasing NOS. Quake Done Quick gets shared around different corners of the internet and even some PC gaming magazines, and is a lot of gamers' first exposure to the ever-growing world of not wearing a lot of deodorant. But some other gamers in the Quake community, also known as Quakers, didn't want to run on Nightmare mode and instead wanted to run on easy mode and just focus on going as fast as possible. So these Quakers made their own website.
It's like playing Hitman not on Master, you know what I'm saying?
It's 1998, Radix merges his freaking Nightmare site with a growing easy mode site, and bada boom, bada bing, Dobby and Gollum have entered the ring. Speed Demos Archive is born, which quickly becomes the sole hub for watching watching gamers go absolutely crazy on Quake. Essentially, much like Doom, Quake is really important and is super responsible for not only the growth of online speedrunning communities, but also 3D FPS games like Half-Life, online multiplayer in esports, community mods, Stuart Little, Rat. 2003, anonymous speedrunner under the nickname Morimoto uploads an impeccably perfect and speedy playthrough of Super Mario Bros. 3 to the internet, and a lot of people were like, whoa, Willikers, this is f***ing crazy, I'm peeing my pants. And while this video would introduce a lot of people to the concept of speedrunning, surprise bitch, think again, because you just got tasked. TAS, or Tool Assisted Speedrun, basically means that you play through the game using an emulator, and by using save states and other wizardry, you make it appear as if you are the Michael Jordan of Mario, when in reality, you're not even really the Michael Wazowski. Which is cool for seeing what's potentially possible in a game for actual speedrunners, but also adds a lot of fuel to the ongoing war between loser, cheater, bags of dog shit and people who are actually awesome and do nos on top of cars. Also in 2003, Radix uploads his own personal speedrun of Metroid Prime to Speed Demo's archive, and after it gets a lot of traffic and attention, he says, you know what, screw it, and opens up Speed Demo's archive to speedruns of all sorts of games, not just Doom or Quake, like Ocarina of Time and GoldenEye 007, and Mario Kart 64, and Super Mario 64, and My Dad's a Dentist 64.
I love all 5 of those games.
For 100 years. And there's even different categories of speedruns, like any percent runs, which basically means just getting to the end credits as quickly as possible by any means necessary, even if it means using glitches and exploits to just teleport to the end of the game in under like 20 minutes, or 100% runs, which means completing everything in the game to 100% completion, which I'm sure you pieced together when I said 100%. In case that wasn't clear, here's a graph, here's another graph. You know, 4 hours might not be the first thing that comes to mind when I say the word speedrun, but when beating Ocarina of Time usually takes you like 3 years, suddenly 4 hours feels like you're right on the raceway in Talladega. Ow! Okay, so the year is 2007. Everyone's trying to get a Wii. Everyone's confused by the iPhone. Barack, he's given the Oval Office the stinky eye. And meanwhile on the internet, live streaming is slowly starting to rear its streamy head with sites like Justin TV, which would later give us Twitch TV in 2011. I don't know, maybe you've heard of it. And speedrunners are definitely taking notice. 2010, a group of speedrunners from the website speeddemoarchives.com, remember that website from earlier? Well, they decided to take a hint from the speed gamers and hold a speedrunning charity marathon event of their own, and they called it Classic Games Done Quick, a reference to that Quake compilation video from earlier, Quake Done Quick. Oh my god, it's like everything is connected. Starting in 2011, Awesome Games Done Quick, or AGDQ, and its companion summer event, Summer Games Done Quick, or SGDQ, have been held every year since.
Man, I haven't watched them too religiously recently, but I used to love GDQs. Like in 2013, 2014, I thought GDQs were, 14, 15 maybe? All the way through 16, actually. I think I watched almost every year, but like 2014, I remember just thinking, I watched like the whole fucking thing.
And if you've heard of speedrunning before clicking on this obnoxious and terrible video, GDQ is probably a big reason for that. Streamed live on Twitch for a week straight, GDQ is non-stop 24/7 speedrunning madness. I mean, if you want to see gamers go absolutely sacrilegious on some freaky, demented shit, look no further. Want to see your favorite game that took you like 7 centuries to beat get farted on by a pro gamer in like 30 minutes while simultaneously explaining to you how and why? Like, okay, so basically right here, I'm going to use the item swap glitch I talked about earlier to frame perfect teleport Cranky Kong into the final dance scene. Okay, Cranky Kong is in the final dance scenario. He pulled out the shovel. And 3, 2, 1. Okay, he bonked the last boss on the head. That's time.
Holy shit, he got pregnant. He got Cranky Skip live?
Check your Bank of America account because it should be drained. In 2014, AGDQ raised over $1 million for Prevent Cancer Foundation, doubling that in 2017.
I remember that because I worked in marketing at Twitch at the time, and we had to talk to press to tell them what it was, so they could write articles about how they raised $1 million on Twitch. It was like one of my first jobs.
And tripling that in 2020. A $3 million fart on cancer, all because humans are sick, twisted, and goddamn it, beautiful psychos that just want to go fast. And yeah, sometimes that might involve being extremely awkward, but it also involves one very important word. Passion. While GDQ grew bigger and bigger every year since the birth of Twitch, gaining more and more viewers, speedrunning and speedrunning streamers grew along with it. And even if some people will cheat and lie and do whatever it takes to get some world record in some random game, a lot of other people actually are amazing. The borderline computer android ass level of inhuman perfection and precision required to pull some of this shit off is nothing short of astounding. It is fucking poetry moving at 60 frames per second.
True.
And maybe also sometimes 9 frames per second if it's GoldenEye. Speedrunning, in a lot of ways, reminds me of skateboarding. And not just because I'm dog shit at both of them. It's because both hobbies require that you fail at the same thing over and over and over
So
and over
fucking
again
true.
before you can even get a tiny bit close to achieving
So
your goal.
fucking
Both
true.
hobbies require
God,
intense
100,000
mindfulness
Parises.
and focus and control over what your body is physically capable of doing. Both hobbies have a strong sense of community where you can feel that your peers just want you to succeed and push yourself and break new ground. And they both make people act like tiny little babies and have little pissy fits. Although I am neither a professional gamer that works at GameStop or a professional skateboarder that works at GameStop, I greatly admire those that are employed by their local GameStop because it is an absolute gift to be able to witness what they are capable of achieving while freebasing NOS. The current state of speedrunning fucking rules, at least coming from an avid fan and dumbass viewer. Because nowadays, there seems to be a speedrunning community for any game imaginable. Speedrunning has become so commonplace that even IGN is getting in on the action with their Devs React to Speedrun series, which is the best idea they've had since the 9 out of 10 review score. Whether it's a AAA game, indie game, Game Boy game, Flash game, Wikipedia page, people are probably speedrunning.
Hey, wait, whoa! There's the star of the show. There's the star of the show.
Game Flash.
Wow, not even a Hitman clip, huh?
Flash game, Wikipedia.
A Wikipedia race clip? Really? Video about speedrunning? It's been fucking 10,000 hours of practice to get a world record, but no, it's me fucking getting banned on Wikipedia.
Page, people are probably speedrunning it. And if you've ever played a video game, you should definitely check out a speedrun because going fast is pretty ass. Crazy. That's all I got. If you want more speedrunning content in your life, shout out Summoning Salt, shout out Carl Jost, shout out running really fast at a door in real life. Now please stay tuned for a word from today's sponsor.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know how much I learned about speedrunning that, but it was a funny video. I guess I am the face for speedrunning. That's the takeaway, right? The takeaway is that I am the face of speedrunning. Bum, 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 bum. 2021 gaming highlights for Atrioc. The year. Oh, interesting. Let's see. It was an interesting year for me. 2021 gaming highlights from Atrioc. The year is 2011. You're playing a ton of Halo. Xbox 360 every day of your life. Smoking weed, eating Doritos. You just got home from school, you play a couple of rounds, and then you log online to watch the Halo team and get paid. Who are these people? This is not a highlight of me. This is not me. Born to grind in Holy fuck, dude. I'm always surprised by that pop-up. That is one of the wildest pops I've ever done in my life. Holy fuck. I gotta see that again. The fucking pop-up when I fucking beat Absolute Radiance and Pantheon 5 is a fucking crazy
I got it, gentlemen. We're gonna go from DT to ED.
Okay.
Erectile dysfunction.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Donald Trump has erectile dysfunction.
All right. Did he misconduct sexually? Maybe pussy. Gentlemen, we're in some dangerous waters, by the way.
No, we're fine. We're fine.
Oh, god
We're
damn.
fine?
I just literally showed a penis on screen. I'm so sorry. But we're gonna get banned.
No, we're not gonna get banned. Don't look at the penis.
During this time I went on vacation to Hawaii, thought about what I want out of Hitman, and
stopping us from just throwing ourselves off a bridge.
Thought about what the point of the grind is.
Giving up and saying, yeah, the plan is done.
And I realized I just wanted to do one more
The government hates us.
great run.
The animals are leaving.
So I got out of bed.
The aliens are contacting us.
And I started
We might be alone.
to grind.
It just might be you and me, but that's okay. Because do you really need anyone else?
Come break me down.
Bury me, bury me!
I am finished with you. They don't even know, man.
Born a grinder, I could do it all, yeah. Born a grinder, oh, yeah. Born a grind on the rise of a dog, getting mine. Big A, big A, big A, big A. Born a grind at the time, runs alive, getting primes. Big A, big A, big A.
Miami shot.
Oh!
What are you gonna do? This is not normal. You better react in the moment. Get her to walk underneath that cage somehow. Oh, there she goes. Why are you starting by the pool? This is not the normal start point. Oh, so you can poison him in broad daylight while he's working out.
Grinder.
Onto the briefcase.
Born a grinder, I could do it all, yeah. Born a grinder, I'm a superstar, yeah. Born a grinder, I always knew I'm right, yeah. Born a grinder, oh, yeah. All these motherfuckers trying to get up in the game.
That's 5 targets down.
Best, but you spit it hella lame. Got a lot of competition, making music for the big man say. Call me Big A, cause I gotta make the best. Hitman today, holla gods, that's cake. Got the skies.
Use a muffin to get off the roof.
Exaggerate, but he been banning A. Twitch ain't the same without the A. Born to grind on the rise of a dog, getting mine. Big A, big A, big A, big A. Born to grind at the time, runs alive, getting prime.
Oh. Whoa. Wait, that means only trains left. If I've done my math correctly, you would be 9 minutes and 24 seconds ahead. You've choked on train before. I'm not even gonna watch. I can't watch this.
What a run. So much fun. What a beautiful, beautiful run.
Oh! God, oh my God. This was a big moment for me. I put so much into this.
I'm so thrilled right now, cause Chad is barking right now. Don't wanna worry about a thing.
I'm getting worse.
But I am so terrified.
Why is it fucking red again? I'm losing my fucking mind.
I am so thrilled right now, cause Chad is bugging right now. Don't wanna worry about a thing. I am so thrilled right now, cause Chad is bugging right now. Don't wanna worry about.
Go off, King! Go off, King!
A long time ago,
Oh my God, this is a full recap,
and
huh?
Ludwig went to battle in a game called Super Monkey Ball Gaiden. Dude, look at this! Look at my ball control! I'm smoothing!
Ludwig made a shanty? Oh my God, okay. This is gonna throw me off my game, Ludwig.
There once was a man with a tiny cock who went by the name of Patriarch. He was cocky on stream.
For haters.
What a demon at the end I was. Holy shit. The legendary 019.
100 fucking years from now, people aren't gonna remember COVID-19. They're gonna remember the 19 fucking minutes it took me to beat this game.
Caught up, it was his curtain call.
10 I never see a 10 bananas.
To fall.
Oh God,
time and time again on 10 dash.
Damn, I love this video. I love this video.
I'm an employed adult. No, I can't believe this song.
Past the 8th hour, it matters not if he's having having fun.
Man, I'm still doing this one.
Chat spams that he's
on the run.
You go through all the torture
Vows
and
to
you realize what
play
truly
till
matters.
Seize the sun.
The doubters will all believe
I'm
it
sort of
will
at peace
believe,
now.
but just remember
What am
the
I doing?
Atrioc 19.
What am I doing? What am I
History was
actually
made,
doing?
made again.
Reach the end. That's what I want.
Atrioc
I want it for the monkey more than anyone else.
10-10.
It's crazy I beat it on the run. Ludwig dropped his shanty.
Okay. Okay.
I did it! I did it!
The pit stains. The fucking pit stains.
Kiss you, Ludwig. Forehead, fucking fire.
Oh, this song bangs. It is now time to bring glory to my family with the return of the 1,000-year dynasty. Hello, opponents. The winds of battle howl upon us. I'm just gonna build so many walls. This is the Great Wall of China, baby. How isn't that dead? Well, that's gotta be it. Oh, yeah! 1,000 years! Your neighbor's getting shit on. Oh, that was not a good trade for you. Yes! Oh, let's go! What is he doing? He's got the Cold Sore era. The Cold Sore mask era. You're so fucked. Yes! Let's go. After all of that grind, today I stand just one win away from top 1,000. This is gonna be an epic fight. He's so done. He had only siege. Oh, bro! I thought that was gonna be a 1,000-year fight. Rank 975! We did it! We're top 1,000, baby! Yeah! That was a great video! I loved that video! Oh my god, what a year! Hey, to 1,000 more. I'm already 1,000 years old. Let me thank you. Fuchsia Edits. What was your name in chat? That wasn't your name in chat. Wait, what was your name in chat? I want to shout you out. That was awesome. I loved that video. That was a great trip down a really fun year. All the grinding. Drop the link? Yeah, I'll drop the link. Check them out. There's the link. There's the link. Fuchsia, FU5. Okay. You know, I'm going to give you VIP for that. I think that was... we'll see how long I keep it, but... I just really enjoyed it. You hit me at the right time. You're VIP. I love that. That was a great video. It really reminded me of some really fun times. Great edit. Clearly took a lot of effort, too. Loved it. Loved it a lot. Wow, that did not get enough upvotes on the... I saw his Reddit link, or his or her. That's not a... Nobody upvoted that enough. That was a fucking amazing video. You guys are upvoting Spoon Trioc too much. Whew, and 2022 is going to be so much better. I can't believe it. I'm going to outgrind 2021 by a factor of 20. Any thoughts of getting Theranos merch? Yeah, there is thoughts of that. I don't want to spoil anything, but let me tell you. And Ron's not the only hat I'm working on, okay? My only failed business merch. I love the idea of failed business merch. I'm working on it. We're working on more. All right, what time is it? 10 o'clock? Probably time for one Shark Tank then, huh? Let's do a Shark Tank and we'll end. And then tomorrow we're going to do probably unbanned forums and maybe kick off Sekiro. So, but in order to do Shark Tank, I have to end the stream and go live again. So thank you all for watching. If you were just here for Marketing Monday and general chillin', we're going to do best tweets this week. I am going to end stream and then go back live for some Shark Tank. If you'd like to watch some Shark Tank with Chad, it's pretty fun experience. So we're gonna, this will be like an outro and then everyone say goodbye to the YouTube VOD watchers. Hey, YouTube VOD! Too bad you don't live on the fucking West Coast so you can watch Twitch. You're not gonna get to watch this at all. Bye, VOD frogs! Oh, that's not even gonna be in the VOD because I played copyrighted music. Okay, there's Trafe. Yeah, that gets cut out. Anyway, goodbye, VOD frogs. I will be going live in just a minute with a little Shark Tank, all right? So end stream, and I'll see you in a second.